Good morning. This is Dylan Jovine from Behind the Markets, and I'm talking to you from our new office in Ohio. Where in Ohio?
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, that's right. That's Sam Tino, and that is Victoria Tino, who you guys have seen in Florida, and that is our newest member of the team, Chelsea. We have a couple of other team members here that are not presently here, but we have 5 people here now in our Ohio office. So today, since I don't have my normal camera setup stuff and I'm not really used to doing this and filming on the road and all this other stuff, but today I wanted to really talk very quickly about some questions that I've been getting about Palantir. A couple of folks who've actually, one in particular has become a friend of mine, Harold, I've written in to say, hey, what should we do with Palantir? We own the stock much lower. We originally recommended it $6-7 a share, and now it's really high in the 30s. It's closed at $37 a share. And they're saying, hey, what do we do with this? We know that we're kind of down on the market. We don't know that the world's going to come to an end tomorrow, but certainly the risks have gone up, and this is a stock that has gone up much, much higher. And of course, one of the largest shareholders and founders, Peter Thiel, just sold $1 billion worth of stock. So that's clearly, he understands that this is pretty highly valued. And it's against the law for me to give personalized financial advice. But one little anecdote that I can share that might help you with this decision is, when I was younger working on Wall Street, I owned a big position in a stock that was keeping me up at night. And this is when I was in the business for 5 or 6 years. And every time I went to sleep, I'd wake up in the middle of the night with this anxiety and this position. I'm just like, oh my God, da-da-da-da-da. And I told one of the older traders that this position was giving me great anxiety. And he said to me something very simply. He said, well, sell it down to your sleeping level. And basically, if you're not sleeping at night, if this is giving you anxiety, sell it down to an amount that allows you to sleep. And what that means for me is, if I own 5,000 shares of a stock, and let's say I have $100,000 in a stock, and it's giving me great anxiety to have $100,000 in this stock, what I like to do is come up with a number where it wouldn't give me great anxiety. Remember that maybe that number is $50,000. Or if I have $10,000 in a stock, what number would not give me anxiety? Maybe that number is $5,000. Maybe that number is $2,000. Maybe that number is $1,000. Sell it down to a number that'll give you a good night's sleep, especially with Palantir, because let's face it, this stock is up, 400 or 500% in the past year and a half. I mean, my goodness, how much higher in the short term will it go? And remember, this is one of our long-term core holdings. It is something that I'm going to own in my kids' account, my account forever in pieces. But that's a small percentage of my total in terms of my personal position sizing. This is one of them, though, that I will hold forever, that I love as a company, that I think is not only a great company, it's a great business, and I think what they're doing is important also for America. But importantly, if I owned too much of that and it was giving me stress, I would sell it down to an amount that made me comfortable. Now, another rule of thumb that you might find helpful is, and this is something that I do all the time, is I take my principal off the table. So for example, if I invested $5,000 in something and the stock is tripled, or gone up to $20,000 worth in the case of Palantir, let's say, I often just take off, you could either take off your principal, take off the original $5,000, or you could take off your profits, or half of your profits, or sell half of your position. So you're left with $10,000 of that $20,000. So anyway, the bigger point here and the headline here is, if something is giving you anxiety, that means you probably own too much of it. So I urge you to sell it down to a level where your anxiety goes away and you get a good night's sleep. That's all I have. Have a wonderful day.